What's going on, guys, and welcome to my $3,000 challenge. So basically I'm taking a $3,000 account and see what I can do with it in a month. Alright, welcome to my $3,000 challenge. Here you have my I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview of how I have my E-Trade Pro set up. Here is the screen that I use for scanning for stocks, and you have multiple screens that you can flip through. This is the options chain. This is some extra screens that when I use my external monitor, I can drag them to another screen. So I have them already pre-set up in different time frames. Here you have where all the trades go through. Bought some options today, and I know I said I'm doing a $3,000 challenge and this account says $4,000, but I'm actually taking some money out of that account for tomorrow, so it should be around $3,200. But I'm also in some trades, so probably gonna make some money first thing in the morning since I'm already up on these trades and the futures are up, so hopefully the futures stay up and I get a little good pop for a good start with this challenge. So I'm going to head back to my first screen, and over here I have my watch list. I think I have 163 stocks that I follow just in this watch list, and they're all tied to this one screen and actually a lot of my other screens. And how E-Trade Pro works, which is pretty nice, is over here where it says far right corner of my mouse is where it says link 1. There's multiple different links that you can choose from, and if the screens that say link 1 are connected to each other, and where my watch list says link 1 and this chart says link 1, anytime I click on anything from my watch list, it automatically pops up, gives me a new chart. So this allows me to efficiently scan for stocks where I can just click on down the line. Ooh, that's a nice pattern actually. XLNX, you have kind of like cup and handle pattern, this pullback, that could be a really good trade. I'm actually, no joke, gonna write that down. Alright, so anyways, you can I can just go through here through my watch list and go from stock to stock all day long, and I've gotten so used to the patterns that I trade that I can just literally click on this and go, yep, I like that. Click on this. Yes, I like this. No, I don't like this. I can go through and jot down a list of what I like. And what I do after I get a list of stocks that I like, typically I go to Yahoo Finance, and I can pull that up here just a second. So if you go to Yahoo Finance, you can type in just about any stock or ticker symbol that you want. We'll say Apple, APL, and you'll get all this awesome information. I have Yahoo Finance on my phone, on the app that I constantly use every single day, because it gives me a way to look at my watch list without having to actually log in to E-Trade, because a lot of the time I trade, I'm actually at work and trading from my cell phone, but I do all my stock picking and stuff from my laptop. So you can see here the price of Apple, $273.25. It was up $5.26 for the day, and it is up $1.40 after hours currently. You have all kinds of awesome information. You have volume, which is 30 million, average volume 50 million, it gives you the beta, gives you the earnings date. And this earnings date is super important, because when you first start trading options, you don't want to be trading around earnings, because you can get burnt very quickly. Stocks become very volatile around earnings, and it can significantly affect your options, because once a stock reports earnings, that volatility goes away, and taking the options price down with it as well. So good rule of thumb when you first start trading options or stocks in general, stay away from earnings. So that was one thing I had to get really used to when I was trading options, is I always go and look at Yahoo Finance and say, oh, it's reporting earnings in 2 days, so I better stay away from the stock. So looking to make sure the stock's not reporting earnings is super important. You have so much information on here. You even have analyst reports where they're saying, what kind of rating it has. fair value, not fair value. You can find all kinds of stuff right here. Chart events, bullish pattern detected, price crosses moving averages. So all kinds of stuff you can find on here. Short term, it's ready to go up. Mid-term, it's ready to go down. Long term, it's ready to go up. You can get in here and you can see all the different earnings reports, and these are all earnings beats. So much information, all about the company, all kinds of stuff on here. You can go in there, see who the major investors are, major stockholders, all that good stuff. If $3,000 may seem like a lot, but I'm not making $3,000 trades. I may be in the future once I grow the account, but I'm typically buying and selling one option at a time. So, probably 300 to 500 on the low end, and maybe up to $1,800 for an option. I'm just going to be trading single options for the time being until I grow the account. So 3,000 can seem like an awful lot, but you can actually trade with a lot less than this. I'm just using 3,000, so it gives me some room to make mistakes. That way I can continue to do the challenge and continue to teach you guys what I'm doing and all about my trades, how I'm doing my research, all that good stuff. So I'm actually starting the challenge tomorrow, so I'm either uploading this video tonight or tomorrow morning, just depending on how fast I can get it edited and posted up on YouTube, because downloading on YouTube takes a little bit of time. So basically, today I made a whole watch list. I got up this morning, I started scanning through stocks, and I made myself a list of 5 stocks that I was bullish on, even though the market was pulling back and the futures for the Dow Jones were negative. The market dropped all the way down to like negative 500 and was kind of bouncing around, and that's when I bought my options. So I bought Microsoft options first. I think Microsoft was down $1 when I bought the option. I bought 1 option in my account, and I bought 10 in a larger account. And I also bought 1 Apple call. Apple was down, I think, $2 or $3 when I bought that call, and it ended up positive almost $6 for the day. So basically, I'm going to show you my chart for the Microsoft trade and why I picked this trade, and why I picked a trade when the market was down and not up. You say, well, why are you buying calls when the market's down? I'm going to explain that in just a second. So right here, you have a Microsoft chart, and we're on a 3-month time frame. I usually look at 6-month or 3-month. Actually, let's bring it out to the 6 months so I can make this a little bit clearer for you. All right, so here we have a 6-month chart on Microsoft. So this morning, let's go to a daily chart. This morning, Microsoft opened around. This morning, Microsoft opened around 165 and pulled back as the market dropped all the way down to the low of the day. We'll say around 162. So I bought it at about 163.50 or so. So kind of in the mid-range of the bottom of the day, and then it took off, and I was able to profit from this. I'm still holding this trade. I'm still also holding the trade on Apple. So what made me enter this trade? I'm going to go back and show you. This is a 6-month chart. This is usually the time frame that I look at when I'm picking stock. You don't see it just yet, but I've just done it so many times that I see it immediately when I look at a chart, and I can figure it out very quickly. On eTrade Pro, if I go over here on the left side of my screen, and I go right here where it says line, it usually says tool right here, and I'll go down the line. I'll change the color so you can see a little bit easier. Let's do like a pink. I go to line, and what I see immediately is clearly the stock is trending up, but I also see where the stock is building a channel. And this channel is headed up. If you notice, this channel, the stock hits the top of the channel, and then hits the bottom of the channel, hits the top of the channel, hits the bottom of the channel. Microsoft was trading right here in about the middle of the channel, and due to the market being down almost 500 points, early in the trading session, it pulled Microsoft down to the bottom of the channel, and this is when I entered. And why did I enter this? I have my 8-day EMA on top of all my other moving averages. I'm hitting the bottom of the channel, and I have good volume. So this was what put it on my watch list. Didn't make me want to trade it just yet, but just put it on my watch list. And this little sideways action is some good consolidation into the bottom of this channel. So if we go back and look at today in 5-minute chart, I've just done this so many times where I'm used to it, so it just takes a lot of time to get used to this. Man, this light in the background is really, see if I can block it. I'm just so used to price action and volume and the way stocks move that I can tell what a stock's doing without even looking at the chart. So I actually made this trade from my cell phone at work. And how I do this, I keep seeing Microsoft on my phone bounce and bounce and bounce, almost hitting the same price range over and over and over. And then you start getting, little pops and increases in volume here. And then the stock market was down 500 points, but Microsoft was only down $1 or $2, giving me telling me that Microsoft has a good steady support at where it's sitting at. If the market is down 500 points and you have a stock that's trading at $165 a share, it should drop more than that. So the fact that the stock was down, the fact that the stock wasn't down that much and the overall market was down 500 points, same with Apple. I think the market was down like 400 points and Apple was like 30 cents in the green. That tells me that stock is super bullish. So that was another indicator for me. So I kind of put all this together, and when the stock market started coming back up, I think it started going up in the $300 range from 500 on the Dow, and that's when I bought one option on Microsoft and decided to ride it out. If I made enough on it before the market closed, I was going to close it out, but it's only $1 above what I bought it for. I think I'm only up like 20 bucks on it. So that's an overview of my Microsoft trade today, and we'll jump on over to Apple. So why did I enter this trade? Man, that light's annoying. Why did I enter this trade? I'm going to turn it off. So why did I enter this trade on Apple, and what made me pick it? Immediately, I kind of have the same thing that I saw on Microsoft. I have kind of this bullish channel, even though it got outside of it quite a bit. It's not always perfect. That is a terrible line that I just drew. But you also have like this bullish channel going up on Apple. And even though it's floating around here, the reason why I pulled the trigger on Apple for the day is I had it on my watch list, but I was really wanting a pullback back toward these moving averages in like the 260 range, 263 range. This is really when I wanted to get in. And the reason I decided to pull the trigger on this trade today is the same thing that I was saying earlier, is even though the go today in 5-minute chart again, even though the Dow Jones dropped all the way down 500 points today, I think Apple dropped down $3 at its low. So Apple moves, it moves a lot, and I trade Apple a lot, so I'm very familiar with it, which is another reason I made this trade. Usually if the market's down 500 points, Apple's down $5, $6, $7 a share sometimes. So the fact that the overall market was down 500 points and Apple was only down 300, that says that there's a lot of support there. And I just kind of took an opportunity with the good news on the coronavirus today, and big investors saying that they're beginning to be very bullish on the stock market, and that they believe that we've hit a bottom and that the worst is over. I'm taking that news on top of the market going up from 500. It's slowly starting to climb back to the green. And right here, when I was at work, I was able to log into E-Trade, and right here when we crossed over, when my fast moving average broke above my slower moving averages, This orange line is my 8 period moving average. Green is 13, blue is 21. So the minute my faster moving average broke through above these, that's when I bought. And I bought at around 267, and we closed at 273. So I'm up $1,200 in the large account on that trade, and up a little over $300 in my small account on just the one option. And that was, I believe I'd be able to tell you what my cost basis was right here. So I got one option on Apple. I paid a little over $1,500, I think. Cost basis right here. I traded up. I bought it for about $1,200, and I'm up 326 on it. So pretty good little trade on Apple, and I still have it. And I think it was about $1 pre-market or post-market. So hopefully we get a pop on tomorrow and can make a $500 or $600 trade out of the one option. So that's about a 50% gain on just one option in, a day and a half.